Hi, Aquarius. Alright, welcome to this place if you're new here, and welcome back if you're returning. Let me actually put this so I know where to look on the camera. Alright, so I guess we'll just jump right in. Happy opposite birthday, happy Leo season. So, slow and steady. Slow and steady wins the race, right? I guess maybe we're moving at a different pace. It's okay to get off the horse, like the horsey needs rest. Right, we have to rest and drink water and yeah, give it a break. Maybe some of you did that more recently. I'm feeling this more like July or like, again, more recently. Maybe someone got off the horse and took a break. If you haven't, I guess the message is saying that this month would be that this is being suggested. I guess if you've already taken the rest, then you can get back on the horsey and continue on. Also, beautifully happy were words that came. So maybe someone's just feeling like someone's feeling very beautifully happy. I guess when we feel beautiful, we feel happier. Maybe some of you are beautifying yourself or your home in some kind of way. Maybe just get a haircut, or maybe this is like your spouse or something like that. It's like, I heard if they get a haircut, I'm being reminded of like when women get their haircut or dyed or they get a new outfit and like usually a man won't notice. I feel like someone will notice. They'll be like, wow, did you do something with your hair? They may not be able to realize like what you did exactly, but they can tell that something's different. There's also something about somebody's grandmother. I guess this could also be your mother, but I felt it more grandmother, and it was kind of like, I don't know if you can imagine, again, like it's somebody's handwriting, somebody's penmanship. Maybe you have a letter from your grandmother or some family member that's female. I feel like you have a letter from them. Or maybe they'll write you a letter. If your grandmother's still alive, I would write her a letter. Or your grandmother could be trying to come through. If in writing, like if maybe you during your meditation, if you are like you do some unconscious writing, maybe your grandmother would come through in that way. It's like someone's being reminded when they are being themselves. They'd be like, oh, that's how my grandfather did his G's, or like that's how my mother does her L's. There's something where like you end up doing it too. And I like that this is in a beautiful way. Again, it's like where we remind ourselves that we are our family in positive ways. I also specifically heard someone say, I don't want to waste this energy. I don't feel like there's a big rush in this month. And I guess we went over that in ways of the pace and depending on how you've been dealing with the horsies. I guess this is also Sagittarius energy a little bit. Do you know any Sagittarius folks? Also, there was something interesting. I wrote down stop fighting, or someone wants to stop fighting with something, or maybe the fighting just stops, the battling with something sort of stops. If you're feeling argumentative in this time, if this happens to be you, this could also be like fighting with your children, maybe. There could be a resolve for something, and if there's not, for some reason, I feel like the suggestion is to not try to force anything with your words exactly. Like, I don't think that could really work. I'm not sure if someone could quite hear you if they're not listening. Do you know what I mean? But I like it if we're going to take it as someone, this is your reading, so you stop fighting with something, right? And in relation to that, let's go into this shadow card. You actually received the card of tenderness. It's a really beautiful card. It has a horsey on it with wings. It's a Pegasus. So, and remember, Mars is in Gemini. That might be a part of it. Pluto through your sign is also kind of intense. So in the light, this card shows tenderness towards others, or oneself. It's about building trust and confidence in relationships, tending to one's own sense of progress and achievement, nurturing the imagination, and approaching tasks with sensitivity. And approaching tasks with sensitivity and understanding rather than brute force. And the shadow of it is there's a very difficult task ahead. I feel like if things are being approached through a beautifully happy place and we have this patience of slow and steady, someone realizes, look, I don't want to waste my energy on something, maybe that has to do with fighting something, battling with something, then I feel like that difficult task switches into someone maybe not worrying so much about somebody else, and they start to tend more to their own sense of progress and achievement, however big or small. Okay, it says when this card arrives, it is time to practice tenderness towards others and towards the self. To acknowledge the inner landscape, the imagination or the inner Pegasus that wishes to stretch its wings and be airborne. Embrace your own creative spirit with tenderness and understanding. When your energy and ideas feel stunted, rather than beat yourself up, recognize the strength and beauty of your convictions. Be patient. Okay. Allow yourself to build confidence and to trust in your abilities before you take action. It's okay to love yourself as you are right now. Let's repeat that. It's okay to love yourself as you are right now. Let's put that right there. I think the what we were talking about in that card about building upon confidence and approaching things with tenderness, well done wherever you've been doing that. To me, Aquarius it's a sensitive energy, but it has a hardness of it, and we all have it in us. You're one of the few signs that sits purely in one season. You are You kind of like hold your own bounds, and I think that's what creates the hardness sometimes, or the overly independent kind of energy. Because I guess when we're creating with something, other people, our job, our creative endeavors, our children, whatever, dinner, it's, I'm seeing the example of like, say someone's stressing, like, oh, I gotta get the kids ready because I gotta go to this thing and I gotta go do that. I heard that stress could be valid, but if we can reel it back just a little bit, again, to have tenderness with yourself in that moment, and then of course with whoever and whatever you're interacting with, the process of creation on the other end is going to be a lot better than if we're creating with stress, then the outcome has stress in it. If we create patiently and with tenderness, and again, like a beautifully happy kind of feeling around it, then that's the outcome. Do you know what I mean? Whether we can see it or not, things could still be successful. And steady if we have to push through something, but I guess we have a choice on how we want to go about doing it. Do you know what I mean? Okay. So let's see here. I want to know what this one's about. Just a second. It's like one card that's facing outward. It's kind of facing the microphone right now. So maybe this reading will help you in what if you've been looping in your mind about something. Let's see. When's the last time you put graves on a flower? When's the last time you put flowers on a grave? I think having fresh cut flowers, there's something about that. Fresh flowers. Whoa. Or maybe tending to the plants in the morning. Seasonal. Right, for instance, to most people here, you represent winter. Right now it is summer. It's the absolute opposite point of the seasons, right? Leo is I am summer, you are I am winter. All the other signs in the zodiac sit on like an edge of two things. You again hold your own. Maybe that's something that you're looking at, or you want to meditate upon. It could be for some of you, someone's stubbornness. Yeah, maybe you want to meditate on your over independence. If you aren't an independent person and you're here, then that is the lesson, like to focus on your independence. If, like how you stand on, again, on your own. If you're in a relationship, dating, we could look at your coworkers. We're always connected with other people, even if we're singular. Right? And so it's kind of like, I heard, who am I? Who am I? And how does that show up in maybe the tenderness card. Maybe it's like how can I show more tenderness to myself in this time? And how can I show, and I heard I would like to show more tenderness with that which I'm connected to. Your partner, your family, your children, you know, your pets, who you work with, etc. It's kind of like going all the way around. I feel like someone's penmanship is changing, someone's handwriting is changing, or someone's becoming more conscious of, oh, maybe this is writing down your dreams when you wake up, or writing in the mornings. I heard if you can, I would really give yourself, like, I don't know, 5 minutes before you, I heard, do anything. And the way I saw this is like after someone woke up. A Scorpio talked about this too, but I'm not trying to compare you. I'm just referencing here. If the messages come doubly so or repeat themselves, something repeats itself, I pay attention. You know what I mean? But we could take this any way though. Like, say you just talked to somebody. It's like, okay, after that, take at least 2 minutes to just sit. Because maybe for some of you, this is about replenishing your energy. It could also be like, if that interaction tended to be a little stressful for some reason, it would be like releasing that energy so that when you go back into the next thing, and again, this could be real basic, just like through the day, you go into the next thing, it's like you feel more clear about it. Do you know what I mean? And I do think something is changing in relation to your connections with people and your ability to be able to lean on them. Like maybe you want to meditate on love and interesting, just a second. Who are the, if I was to ask you in this moment, like, who are the 4 people that you know, well, that you love so much? Who are those 4 people that you just love so much? I think one of them for you is somebody who's passed on. Oh, maybe some of you are now learning how to love. Interesting, it just stopped there. Okay. Okay, your children, family, home, all really important. Yeah, you, home, family. Whoops. There's some kind of awakening with that. I think some of you are changing when you wake up. Or how you're sleeping? Yeah, maybe you're finding your position better. Like, okay, this is more comfortable to me. This is more comfortable to me. What's this card about? Well, I guess let's take these in little groupings. Well, we talked about the meditation, right? Maybe you're meditating on family too. Again, like yourself and family. I think that's meant to be thought about, wrote about. It's more of an internal thing, though, I think, than trying to, like, tell somebody else where you're at exactly. Unless you've been hiding something, then that could be part of what's blocking your intimacy with other people. If you've been fighting with your spouse or who you're dating, or again, your family, kids, whatever, I feel like there could be a means of resolving that, but you'd want to really, I think something again needs to be approached with tenderness. You know, and I heard, I'm sorry that I haven't been following through. You know, or I heard, I'm sorry I haven't been touching you, or I'm sorry I haven't been in contact with you. So maybe you just want to reach out to some people with this Magician as the first card. Like, how do you keep in contact with people? Like, how do you keep up with your relationships in ways of, ensuring that we build upon the trust and confidence within them, intimacy within them, right? And I guess to be intimate, we have to be honest about what's going on with ourselves, especially emotionally, right? We don't have to give all the gory details, but like just to check in. And if you're the one in a good spot, then I could see that someone else needs or wants you, I heard, to be with them. Interesting. Yeah, something really big with relationships could change this month. Again, I don't know. I don't want to try to predict like what that is, because each one of you are in a different place. All right, we talked about that. If you're married, seriously involved with someone, especially Aquarius rising, you're going to have Saturn and Neptune in your second house of resources. I feel like there's some kind of conversation about money that needs to be had with your partner. It could be your business partner. It doesn't have to be romantic, but you have the Lovers here, so I'm seeing more of that. It's still contractual. Mercury's also in retrograde in your 8th house, so this could be, again, going over, this is the house of marriage, so it could be going over like mutual finances. It could be, I don't know, maybe it's joint bank accounts or a separating of accounts, or this could even be like writing a will, or someone like going over like where they want to be buried. Interesting. I don't see any issues in this moment about that. It's just like someone's aware of the future. So they're like, look, I heard I want to talk about that. I could also see that the conversation there could actually get on the same page. Someone could get on the same page. Partners need to be on the same page about money and about, but we have to start with emotionally, like, what do you need in ways of tenderness, Aquarius? And again, how do you give that? Now, as we move forward, this grouping here, Chariot and the Ten of Discs, this is very positive. Okay, a few things. This could be going to visit family, or family comes to visit. This could also be where someone's business is moving. Someone could be moving their office, or this could also be like your drive to work, or I guess your vehicle and your job, if we take these as foundational things. These are both very, well, I heard significant, right? We need the car to get to work. We need the job to pay for the car. It's like it loops back around in and on itself. And they're helping one another, right? I do this, yeah. It's something, so something's helping one another. And this really helps something move forward. If someone else can help you too, or you want to make sure that you can rely upon it. Oh, in the partnership, or this could also be your masculine, feminine, the different sides of you. The masculine seems to focus on the small details, like, okay, right now we need to do this and that. The feminine is looking at the really big picture, like, look, we need to do this in the future. The masculine is like, we need to do this now. So I guess it's understanding how different energies work. Excuse me. Ow. The cards that are surrounding this energy too are showing me really positive relations. Like maybe someone's moving house also. Although I feel like in this time someone's pretty settled on something. Just a second. I'm kind of losing track of like time. Where are we? Oh, 27. Wow. Just a minute. All right, I guess let's move forward. We have this awakening in the Ace of Wands. This could be where maybe some sexual energy was. This is the first fire that you have that's not blocked energy. So that could have been an issue why someone was feeling like lonely or emotionally distant, is because they were more in their head than they were in their body. And some kind of like, again, intimacy, or especially, I mean, you have the Two of Cups, the Lovers, the Ace of Wands, the Ten of Cups, the Four of Wands, the Ten of Pentacles. These are all love, romance, family, marriage. These are all very, very positive cards. You actually don't, the one challenging thing you have here is the Seven of Wands, and I guess this Two of Pentacles energy. I mean, Two of Pentacles is just switching things around. You know, it's financially, mostly. It's little shifts in the physical world, nothing major. So I guess which I don't think is a big deal. If you're stuck with your partner on some really small things, I feel like, and all this other stuff is going on, like, let me see. Well, I heard then someone needs to be really honest. And reveal themselves. And I heard, look, I'm trying to build trust with you. So maybe there's like a rebuilding energy. Yeah, so maybe some kind of passion awakens again, or some kind of like energy in yourself. Ten of Cups and Four of Wands. Where's your childhood home? There's something about your childhood home. Your mother loves you so much. This could also be your grandmother that we saw. Oh yeah. What's the third house you ever lived in? And for those of you who have moved a lot, what's the sixth place you ever lived? But I feel like the third place you ever lived is very significant. I feel like the changes here are positive. Guess we'll go more into that magician in a bit. Those of you who are a stay-at-home mom, I heard you're really good at it. Something just might need a shake-up. Just a second. It's almost like, so the cards are so positive here, right? Even if Seven of Wands next to Two of Cups says, I love this person, I would defend them. I believe in them. I trust them. I love them. I'm on their team, is what Seven of Wands says. If a person feels like, in relation to whatever these other parts of life we were talking about, if someone doesn't feel like they're on the team, I guess we talked about that. Like, we need to meditate. If someone doesn't feel connected, they need to sit with what is it in themselves that's stopping that. I mean, are you dating the wrong person? I don't know. Like, are you at the wrong job? If that happens to be it, but for most of you, I don't think that it is the external thing that's the problem. It's something within a person, and it's like they're trying to figure it out. Like, they want to have, and I guess, let's put it this way, if something feels a little stagnant, it might be one of those things where, like, when everything's all good and then someone wants to cause a little bit of a problem or, like, poke at something. Early riser. I mean, I guess this magician energy is really getting me. Can you see his face? And he's looking outside of the spread. What is he looking at? Well, I guess a person has a lot of thoughts that they don't share with everybody. But that also that they don't share, but that's also what causes I heard the stagnancy. Because maybe someone's afraid, winter solstice. I don't think where's the swords? You don't have any swords, just like Aries. Remember, there doesn't have to be big changes in this time. It's not supposed to have big changes. It's just, a little bit of contemplation, I heard, like 5 minutes a day. And I really feel like in the morning, again, the early riser, like early in the mornings, maybe. When I heard again, life is short, I don't want to waste this energy. Interesting. Okay, we're gonna leave. I think we're gonna leave that like that. I hope this was helpful. I mean, beautiful cards, really beautiful cards. It's interesting that that was the story that came out. But okay, maybe that's the thing. Is like, say everything was all good, but someone wanted to sit down and be like, hey, I've just been thinking about these things. But I feel like someone's slightly afraid sometimes to like have a conversation because they don't want to be negative. Or they don't want to burden someone with what they're feeling or thinking. But it's kind of like, but dude, that's your partner, but that's your family, but that's your, you know, I heard the boss is wondering, okay. I hope this was helpful. If you're over on Patreon, the Timeless Traveler and a part of the Timeless Traveler or the Wild Walker, then there will be an extended over there. If you'd like to check it out, feel free. If you join it, you get access to prior readings too for the whole month. So feel free if you want to. If you're already there, you'll see it. It'll be up shortly. Okay, happy opposite season. One last thing. I guess it could be because this Magician and this Four of Cups is like the beginning. It might have been that that's what someone was working through, is something emotionally, and now they're feeling better. As things go along, it feels better. Especially as we move towards October, it just gets better. And I heard better and better and better. And maybe you want to plan a travel to, I don't know, to go see family or something, like we mentioned that. But I still think there's something, this conversation that we're having, I really feel like this helped somebody in their mind. I hope it did. Right, because if you're winter and we're in Leo season, then the ice is melting. Right, the water is flowing, it's all clean and fresh. That's good. That's good. I guess you could also meditate near water. Where's the closest water source to you? All right. Love you so much. Peace out.